So, this video is not necessarily top 10 best units on the game. This is more like top 10 units that you should go for if they're featured, or once you get them, you're like, your team is most likely stacked. So I'm just gonna start it and not explain too much. I think it's understandable. Number 10 would be Hashirama. He gets not much credit for what he does, I think, because of his abilities. His abilities are not that great. Like, reducing damage by 25% is nice on each element, but necessarily it's not that let's say not that good. But the thing that I love about Hashirama is that not only he's a field healer, but his ultimate is amazing. He's 15 times attack, puts all enemies in range, which is a huge AoE, 50% chance of jutsu sealing or immobilization. It's just too good, like, just too good. I don't know, I think he don't get as much credit as he deserves. In my opinion, he's still the best body unit in the game. Way better than Nagato, way better than who else? Who else's body is good? Yeah, body is being shafted lately. He's, in my opinion, the best body unit in the game. And if you get him, you're most likely gonna use him on your body team for sure, especially for objectives, since he not only restores health but immobilizes. And okay. Oh yeah, some bosses may, like those big bosses, they are most likely gonna be immune to mobilization, but still, it's a big AoE. You're gonna hit most likely all points of that boss, like the 10 tails or some shit. So yeah. Number 9 would be Kakashi. Most people are gonna say, well, he should be high up on the list, but he is, don't get me wrong, he's amazing. He is amazing. Because of his stats, being a mid-range, and his multiplier, he does a fuck ton of damage. Like, really good damage. But that's about it. He just does damage. And of course, you can even boost the damage he does with his abilities, but again, that's the only thing he does damage. You can use his damage reduction, but that's not very practical because it's the field damage reduction, so you gotta be close anyways. It's not that practical. Or his body of 20% chance of dodging, but you're never using him for the dodge, you're using him for the damage. So like, if I'm gonna be using a unit that does damage, why should it be Kakashi? Just because he does more damage? But what about healing? What about the other things, you know? He's amazing. I always use him on my team because he is my nuker. He is probably the best nuker in the game. Kage just released. She does more damage, but she's single target, while he's AoE, so you can hit multiple points on a boss, or you can hit multiple enemies, you know? And that's it. Like, he just straight up does a fuck ton of damage. That's it. That's what he does. So, moving on to number 8, it's Obito. Sage 6 spams Obito. Just like Akashi, he doesn't have much to do other than damage. You can say that his normal jutsu is good because he also immobilizes, which is really good. Like, immobilization is kind of a meta in the PvP and in the PvE. I see people using 2 of him in PvP, and he's really good because of immobilization. It's 60% chance, but it's amazing how he always procs. Yeah, he just does a fuck ton of damage. He is the 3rd biggest nuker in the game. He's just after Kage and Night Guy. If you have Night Guy maxed, he is the unit that does more damage in the game. He's a 3rd one. If he was AoE, he would be insane. He would be much more high up on the list. But unfortunately, he is single target. I think these 2 abilities, the lowers rate of receiving counters, put him like in a weird spot where, like, I want to max him out, but these 2 abilities are so useless that I'm not gonna use stones on him. The only ability that I say it's necessary for him is the first one, because it goes from 28 times to 30, and that's about it. He does a fuck ton of damage. Oh yeah, and he ignores typing's advantage. I forgot about that. He ignores typing's advantage. So you're doing a hard mission on the skill objective. You're gonna nuke the boss with him because he ignores the typing and does whatever damage he does. You know, his damage is not gonna get cut off. So that's really insane. So moving on. This is Sage Mode Naruto, and he is not the most special unit in the game, but it's just the fact that he goes under 28 that makes me love this unit. Like, he does really good damage. If you, let's say you have him maxed out, because most people when they get him, they're most likely gonna max him out to have him under 28. He goes to 19 cost. So you can bring him on the under 28 mission objectives and get the 5 pearls that you get it. And he is the best under 28 unit. You can say like Samurai, Karin Samurai, Sakura are the best because they are healers. But in my opinion he's the best because his ultimate is 12 times attack if the enemy is wisdom, and 10 times if it's the other element. And if you have these abilities, it's AoE. It's AoE, and it's huge. So you can like destroy on these under 28 objectives. Night Guy is still should be done on under 28, but I believe if you have 3 of him maxed out, maybe you can do it. I haven't seen anyone doing it. Yeah. But I think he is. If someone's gonna do it, it's because they have 3 or 4 of this guy. Because he's doing a sheer amount of damage. For an under 28. Again, under 28. He is a really fucking good unit, being under 28. His field and body is pretty good actually. If you put him, if you're doing a wisdom unit, raid, you can put it on the back, and the unit is gonna receive 30% less damage. So really good right there. And that's pretty much about it. He just does a fuck ton of damage being under 28. He's like, oh, why did you put Kakashi back? He just does damage too. But Kakashi is not under 28. You're not understanding. If Kakashi was under 28, he would be first on the list, bro. Yeah, that's pretty much about it. If you get him, you're gonna be as hyped as I was when I got mine. I maxed mine with stones, and I bought another copy on the Granny shop because he's available on the Granny shop right now. And I'm gonna max the other one with stones too once I can. You know, like, he's that good. So yeah, that's pretty much about it. So next one is Madara. And why did I put Madara above Kakashi? People tend to say that Kakashi is better as a hard unit, but in my opinion Madara is better just because he ignores Titan's advantage. I don't know if he was the first one to do this, but he was the first one that I knew he does it. He ignores Titan's advantage, so you're doing a body mission with a hard objective. Use his ultimate, he ignores it. He does the sheer amount of damage that he normally does with his ultimate. His stats are amazing. Kakashi's are also amazing, but Madara is higher if you have it maxed. I'm talking about maxed, you know? Talking about maxed. And that's pretty much what it. Oh yeah, and his best part. If you're using him as a buddy, he restores 200 health per turn. So you put him behind a healer or field healer, and then when you need some health, you just switch to the field healer, and you're getting 200 plus the field heal the healer is getting. So it's like, he's not only doing a fuck ton of damage, ignore typing, he's also healing. So that's really gonna stack your hard team, you know? Again, he's not necessarily better than Kakashi. This is not a top 10 best units in the game, you know? It's just that if you have him, he's gonna be more useful to your hard team than Kakashi, in my opinion, of course. because not only the 200 health, but he ignores times advantage, and you're most likely gonna use your hard teams to do body objectives. And if you're doing like hard objectives, you don't necessarily have hard objectives on body missions. If you're doing a hard objective on a skill mission, you're most likely not gonna need that good of a team, you know? Or in a hard. Then Kakashi most likely would be better because his ultimate is a bigger box. But still, on those body objectives, Madara is just insane. He's old, but he's still insane. So yeah, next unit on my list is Sakura, the goddess of all heals. Healing is pretty much the meta on this game. So if a unit can heal, it's most likely gonna be one of the best, you know? And Sakura does pretty much just that. She just heals. She also has an ultimate that does a bit of damage, but she just heals so much. If you put her on the back, she restores 200 health. She's long range, by the way, and her field skill is 250 to 300 health. So she's not only a jutsu healer, like here, she restores 5,000. For 2 turns, she restores 2,500, and then plus 2,500, so 5,000. But she also field heals. And on her abilities, she can restore up to 500 health too. And she tanks so much. So she's really good. And also, if she's synced with bravery, restore 75. So she's doing so much healing. Like, I don't believe any unit in the game has the sheer potential of healing that she does. But that's pretty much about it. Like, her jutsu is she is 3 and 6 though. She's 3 and 6, so the jutsu that she's restoring 5,000, she's doing it in 3 turns. Like, it's insane. And her ultimate, it's 18 times, but it's 18 times on such a low attack stat that is not much, you know? You're not using her because of her ultimate, mostly. If you're doing a mission with a barrier, like Night Guys, for example, where Gaara in the first map is using a barrier, she can do it. I was doing it myself. I was using her to break his barrier. So yeah, you can also use her for that, but most likely you're gonna use her for her stupid healing. And that's pretty much about it. Next on the list, Sasuke. Rinnegan Sasuke. He is insane because of how much he does. The only thing that he doesn't do, that if he did, he would be like probably my favorite character, my favorite unit in the game. He would be healing, but he doesn't. Start off, his field skill is probably what pushes him back. Counters are not really good on this game. They most likely are gonna either fuck up your stalling, or they're not gonna do as much damage as you wish on the boss, you know? And that's pretty much about it. His body is okay, nothing special. I would trade it for healing. If he had body healing, he would be so amazing. Yeah, let me move on to his jutsus because it's what makes him so special. Let's say he's maxed, so he's gonna be 4 and 8. He has a 100% chance of getting more sleep damage. It says 80 here, but on his abilities he gets plus 20. 100% chance of getting sleep damage for 7 turns. If you have him maxed, again, if you have him maxed, 7 turns of sleep damage. That's so much, so much. And on his ultimate, 14.5 times attack on a vast range. Like, it's really, it's a really big range. 2 enemies in range, 80% chance of immobilization for 6 turns if you add his abilities. That's so long. He immobilizes for so long. It's stupid. He does a fuck ton of damage and he immobilizes for so long. it's not even funny. The another thing that I really don't like about him is his last dupe. Him and Sage 6 Path Naruto, they're like, why do they have this last dupe that does nothing? But outside of that, it's just insane. Like, the sheer amount of stuff that he does is just insane. He immobilizes sleep damage. If the immobilization wasn't for so many turns, he wouldn't be so special, but it's 6 turns. You can immobilize like a mini boss for so long, he doesn't even know what he's doing anymore. Like, it's just too stupid. And he was one of my first 6 stars, so he's one of my favorites. But if you have him, your wisdom same is most likely gonna be stacked. Unfortunately, wisdom is still in need of healing, but while it doesn't have any healing, let's use Sasuke. So, next up is the latest unit that was released, Kaguya. Not much people are giving Kaguya what she deserves. She's insane. Like, really, she's insane. Let's start off with her abilities because it's what makes her insane. She heals for 700 per turn. On abilities, it's not like if she's even using field healing. It's just 700 per turn. If she's on the back, if she's on the front, she's just healing for 700 per turn. It's just stupid. It's like, in my opinion, she's the best unit in the game. In my opinion, just because of this, she's the best unit in the game. Like, and she has 40% chance of not using her jutsu, which gives her 40% damage reduction and restores 1 chakra. So you 4 and 8, okay, 4 and 8. If you're like using her jutsu, you get a reset. You do it again, get a reset. You do it again. Like, she's not gonna die. She has too much damage reduction. She's insane. And she heals for 700 again. She heals for 700. And if you sync with heart, she heals for even 800. Because she adds 100 more. It's just stupid. She heals for so much. And her ultimate. Like, she is now the second hardest hitter in the game. Unfortunately, her ultimate is really trolly because it's the whole map. But it only hits 1 for some reason. I don't know why they decided to do it like that. But again, she's 22 times attack on 2000 attack stat. Like, it's just insane. I'm using my stones on her right now because I want to max her out. She's just stupid. Oh yeah, and you can get 2 more on her multiplier, so it's 24 times attack. She's just insane. Like, I think people don't give her the credit that she deserves. Again, why she's now number 1 in my list is just because the units that are after this are gonna help your team more. Like, on Heart, for example, there's already Madara. Oh yeah, she ignores typing advantage. How can I forget? She also ignores typing's advantage. Like, you're doing a body objective. It's just like Madara. You're doing a body objective, and she's gonna do the max amount of damage that she can. Not the max, because the max would be like on a advantage, not a disadvantage. But yeah, you get what I mean. Like, she's ignoring typing's advantage on her ultimate too, and ignores substitution, which can come in handy. But yeah, she's not number 1 just because Heart already has Madara, and if you're using her, let's say on Ninja Road, the next unit already existed for so long that I think most people already have him, so they're gonna be like, why should I go for Kaguya? I already have him, which is Naruto. Like, most people already have Sage 6 Paths Naruto. Like, I'm saying most people. Some people still don't have him, or unlucky to pull, because he used to be the best unit in the game. But now Kaguya is. It's like, I already have Naruto, why should I go for Kaguya? Let me save my pearls and maybe one day I get her. You know, like, you're most likely not gonna go for her just because Sage 6 Paths Naruto already exists. He does 600 per turn, which is almost the same thing, you know? And he's a tanker for his for himself, if you're going on a wisdom objective, you're gonna take less damage than like wisdom on wisdom would do, you know? And you're bravery, so you're like, you should be taking more damage, but because of the damage reduction, you're taking even less than you should, than like a non-advantage thing would do, you know? For 5 and 8, 5 and 10, sorry, 5 and 10. So she's 4 and 8 and he's 5 and 10, so she got a bit of an edge. But on his ultimate, he's AoE as well, so you're getting more of the map. She got kind of fucked on her ultimate not being AoE. If it was, it would be insane too. But yeah, his ultimate is AoE, and he heals for 600, and everybody knows 36 plus Naruto by now. He also has a field healing. Like, he's also like insane, completely insane. I think Bandai was like, he's almost a year old by now, and he is still the best unit in the game. Like, he's up there with Kaguya, like, that just released, you know, on a celebration. Like, he is in the top 3 best units like almost a year after. Like, he is insane, and every time he is featured, I would go for him just to have as much copies as you can. Like, my buddy Kibas, he has 3 of him. Like, Naruto is just insane. There's no reason for not having like 6 of him and using 6 on Ninja Road. Like, it's just too OP. But my next unit is like, by like elimination, you already know who is number 1, but of course is Baki. Baki is like, ugh, sick. Like, the stats, dude. He's most likely gonna ascend to a 7-star someday. His cost is like, you can fit him on any teams, you know, like his abilities, like this 1.1 times the combinations is so good. Wow, I get 10% less chance of getting attack weakened. I can't. It's Mother. Of course it's Mother. Oh my god. Of course it's Mother. Madara, in my opinion, is the 3rd best unit in the game right now. But I would go for him because of his abilities. When he is max duped, he is a god. Like, he's untouchable. He has 20% chance of dodging without anybody and reduces damage for 30%. It's like, you can't even deal damage to this guy properly. He's just too insane. Like, just these 2 abilities alone, it's just insane. And then 20% chance of not consuming chakra on ultimate or jutsu. He has the Nagato ability. When he gets hit, he has a 5% chance of restoring 1 chakra. And his attack stat on long range is 2400, 2300, if I'm not mistaken, 2300 or something. He's just insane. And there's not much to it. Other than that, like, when he uses his jutsu, he ignores barrier, ignores perfect dodge, he ignores everything, and he can't get jutsu back for 2 turns. And on his ultimate, he also ignores substitution and hits the whole map for 16 times. And 100% chance mobilization. Again, if it's a big boss, like they can be immobilized. But if it's not, like, it's 100% chance of mobilization. Like, again, he's not the best unit in my opinion, just because he doesn't heal on his own. Like, he also restores health on his body, but he can like solo Ninja Road for some reason, like Kage and Naruto would be able to, just because he doesn't have self-healing. But still, if he's featured, like, getting his abilities and getting as many of him as you possibly can would be insane. Like, imagine using 6 of him on Ninja Road, maxed out, like all 6 maxed out of him on Ninja Road. Like, you're gonna auto it, for sure. You're gonna auto it. Like, it's no question about it. He can be touched. This man can't even properly receive damage. It's just too insane. I'm gonna be going for him every single time I see him as a featured, just because he's too insane. Like, And that's pretty much about it. He's just insane. Like the last top 3 units are like leveled within each other. Like if they're featured, I'm most likely gonna go for them. But just for the fact that Madara has these abilities as his dupes, makes him on the top. I'm gonna be maxing him out after Kaguya just because I wanna do something with Kaguya before. I wanna try to solo ninja roll with her, so I'm gonna go for her abilities first. So, but after that I'm going for Madara for sure. And I just checked with my buddy Kibas, which is an insane PvP player, and he said that Madara is top tier on PvP because of his abilities. So if he's lying, you can you can blame him. But yeah, like if he said it's true because he's an insane player on PvP. So he's also so Madara is also insane for PvP for innate. It's just insane. Okay. Thank you for watching. If you disagree on something on my list, please let me know. Let's have a civil discussion on the comments, and just fucking subscribe, man.